What up, YouTube, social media, familia? It's been a minute, so I thought I would make another video. This time, I wanted to talk about inspired or efficient action versus inefficient action. And this is a common theme that comes up for me very frequently because I find that the more that I have become aware of how to manifest and create what I want in my life, the harder I am on myself when I don't see things materializing immediately. And so it's important for me to remember in those moments that there is an ebb and a flow and a natural, it's like a dance. It's a natural dance with the universe in creating what you want. And it can't be forced. It can't be pushed. It's all about being a vehicle and being a channel for the flow of universal cosmic energy, but in the divine timing, as well as when you're in your own alignment, so you're actually able to receive. And it's really a 50-50 relationship between putting out effort, putting out energy, and action, and then knowing also when to stop taking action and to move into a more surrendered passive space. Not apathetic, but passive, meaning receiving and allowing. And that's the part that I often have trouble with because I'm such an action-oriented person. So when I really want something and I'm in my vision about it and I'm just creating and manifesting and creating and manifesting, I kind of, in my ego and innocently, of course, I kind of lose that humility that comes from trusting. When you're really trusting the universe, God, spirit, source, whatever you want to call it, as an active, as being part of an active relationship, like that there is like, it's like a waltz that you're doing. And it's not all on you, because believing that your creations, manifestations ride 100% upon your own shoulders is a little bit, what's the word? Haughty. Whereas remembering that it's a relationship, two parts moving in tandem together, that is what really creates worlds. That requires more humility, and it's also an important reminder in those moments that not everything is up to us. Like, we can have our desire and we can put forth our best effort towards achieving our desires, but at the end of the day, there is such a thing as destiny and karma and fate as well. And there's certain things that we can't always see from our current point of attraction that maybe, if we believe in a friendly universe, which it is, then there may be things that the universe, there may be ways that my earring just fell out mid-video. There may be ways that the universe is orchestrating things on our behalf that we can't quite see from where we're standing. So while it may seem like something is happening that's against us or contrary to our wishes and desires, in actuality, it may be a conspiracy on our behalf that we can't appreciate from where we're standing. So that goes back to always just remembering and trusting that it's a friendly universe. And everything that happens to us is for our highest good. But yeah, so this video, what I wanted to talk about, because I'm going on some tangents and whatever, it's been a little bit of a long day, but I really did feel the inspiration to make this video because it's been on my mind a lot, and I've been reminded of this frequently recently. If you ever feel like you're running into a wall, like you know what you want, you feel like you're putting forth the appropriate action towards that goal and it's not getting anywhere, then that's sometimes a time to stop and embrace what is and surrender and get okay with not having the answers in every moment. And what I found, at least from my own personal experience, is when I enter that space, it's like automatically I'm vibrating the vibration of relief and ease, because it's like sometimes we're putting so much pressure on ourselves, and that pressure is actually what's blocking and resisting. It's creating a vibrational resistance to what we really want. And so when we say, okay, this isn't up to me right now, and we take a step back from that, we actually create a free passageway, vibrationally free passageway for the thing that we really wanted to manifest. So a lot of times, like I remember I was taking an adult education course, and the teacher was mentioning how a lot of times you'll find women trying to get pregnant over and over and over for years, and they're just not fertile. Doctors don't know, they can't help them, and so finally they, reluctantly give up trying and they go adopt. And like as soon as they adopt a kid, they get knocked up. And so why does that happen? And it's kind of to this point that oftentimes when we want something so bad, we actually are attached to it happening and our happiness depends on it. So we block the thing that we want just because it's not coming in pure love. There's other wobbly stuff going on in our vibration with relation to that subject that's actually blocking it. Whereas when we just have a pure thought, a pure desire, like sometimes you may have noticed, like you'll just appreciate a beautiful building, or you'll appreciate something in nature or whatever, and then like 2 weeks later someone calls you and says, hey, let me take you out to lunch, and you end up at that building or whatever. That's because it was in pure love when you were appreciating it, and there was no attachment, no conditions attached to the object of your appreciation. So it's a really important thing to remember when manifesting, that that to stay lighthearted about it. Like, go for it and be excited about it, but to stay lighthearted about it. And then also, when you find that you're hitting that wall, embrace hitting the wall and embrace the realization that, okay, right now I don't have all the answers. There's something for me to learn here. There's a reason why I'm hitting this wall. And what that does is you enter this more space of receiving, of spaciousness. And in that spaciousness, you're more available to receive different things, opportunities. And like I've noticed from myself, when I get into that space, like all of a sudden stuff starts to happen quickly too. Like people I've been trying to get a hold of just start calling me, texting me like immediately. So it's just like a reminder that often we are the ones blocking ourselves, and we got to get out of our own way. And in order to do that, sometimes it's just take it down a notch and embrace what is, and stop trying to force things. And you force and you push and you push against and you push against and you try to push and you force, and it doesn't create anything but resistance towards what you want. So then the beautiful thing that happens is then when you are being that spaciousness, when you're being that receptacle, you allow source, energy, universe, whatever, to flow through you. And at that point, that's when you have what's called like inspired action, or the impulse for inspired action. Like, oh, all of a sudden I just came up with this like amazing idea. I know what I'm going to do now. Or you have this urge to go call someone, or an urge to go approach someone on the street, and it's like almost like you don't even know where it came from. It's just so spontaneous and sudden. And that's the space where real creativity and real creation happens. It's because it's not even being directed by your ego at that point and your mind and all of the neurosis and insanity, but it's really actually being conducted by something greater, like a larger energy that you are a part of, that we're all a part of. We're all a part of that same infinite energy. So when we make ourselves, our egos, more nullified and sort of spacious, we're actually in a space to receive that energy. And that's more powerful than anything our finite minds could ever conceive of. To, those impulses are divine, divinely inspired impulses that lead to magic. So I hope this sheds some light on the subject. It definitely helps me to just remember to check myself, check my ego. Like, when am I, where am I coming from when I'm wanting something? Is it in pure love? Is it ego? Am I just actually creating resistance? Am I creating a blockage to what I actually want right now? And then having that awareness, embracing what is surrendering to what is, letting go of needing to figure it all out, thereby creating a vibration of relief, ease, spaciousness, and then a space to receive, and then getting those divine downloads and divine channels and inspired action and efficient action. And that's the last thing, is when you're in that space, then the action that you take is efficient. It's not, things are not supposed to be difficult. You're not supposed to be running up against walls over and over and over, ramming your head. That's when you're supposed to know to stop. When you're in the other space of inspired, divinely inspired energy and action to just go on an impulse, that's when you're really, that's when you're really like tapped in. That's when the effort that you're putting forth is going to manifest and be fruitful effortlessly, with ease, because it's not even you. And there's so much other cosmic stuff happening, orchestrating something bigger that's running through you that you might not even fully be aware of, connecting those dots at that moment. So yeah, that is about all I wanted to talk about today. Hope it was helpful. So remember, go easy on yourselves. Even when you're passionate about what you're creating, learn to recognize the signs when you should slow down, surrender, and then also when you should ram up and milk the alignment that you have, and taking efficient action. And I hope that helps all of your creations and manifestations, and I will talk to you next time. Bye.